Most mid-sized companies are leaking well over $100,000 in marketing spend, and they don't even know that it's happening. In this video, I'll show you where to find the leaks and how to plug them. Let's go. Most companies today are overstretched and over-leveraged in technology. Companies are looking for technology to do the job of a person or to think, especially now with AI, as people are just not thinking. They're not putting their creative juices to work. They're relying on technology, and so they keep buying more and more and more software. I think these software companies are actually just becoming rich off of lazy marketers. Most marketing execs don't realize how much money they're leaking until one of two things happens. One, it's the end of the year and they have to review their budget and for more dollars for the next year. Or two, they're mid-year or somewhere in the middle and then they're running out of marketing spend and they're wondering why they don't have money for advertising or something, and they're scrambling to try to figure out where their money is going. Then that's when the audits happen, and that's when people realize they're just throwing good money after bad. But don't worry, I'm going to show you how to spot it early and how to avoid it moving forward. Here's a prime example. I was consulting for a small, scrappy startup, and they were really eager to get out in front of the market and crush it. Well, they also had a technology consultant on board that was telling them to do all these things and to bring on all these different MarTech tools because quite honestly, his job depended on it. I started bringing forward the fact that they were wasting money on all this technology and all these tools, and they really could have consolidated into one system, and I got let go. And it was really ugly. Here I was telling them where they were going wrong or where they were going off the rails and where they could save money. Someone else was telling them where they could spend money. They really just wanted to be able to use all these cool new marketing tools. And us as marketers, we do like the cool tools. I'll be honest. I do too. But at some point, some of those tools start cannibalizing one another and they're just not useful. Now, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but the last I heard, that company had to let go of a lot of headcount because they were wastefully spending. And I'm sure I know where their waste was going. Let me break down the top 3 leaks that you need to look for as a small to mid-sized company. And the first one is agency spend. Many times we hire these agencies and we trust them because they specialize in an area where we need help. They're trusted, they know what they're doing, but their billable hours also depend on how much money they're going to make. So they start throwing strategies and tactics and campaigns and different things your way, and they're trying to impress you, but they're also trying to make money. So you have to watch what people are trying to sell you or tell you that you need, and make sure that it's aligning with your end goal and that you can actually track their output, because if you need to pivot or let them go, you want to know that. Number 2 is tracking KPIs. You can't grow what you're not tracking. If you don't have your eyes on your numbers and know what is working, what isn't working, where certain constriction points may be happening in your campaigns, or where people just are not interested in what you have to sell, then you're continually throwing good money after bad once again. You're trying to get to a certain goal, but you don't even know if you're close to the goal or far away from the goal or what it might take to fill the gap. So that's another huge leak that I see with small to mid-sized companies. And finally, here's one that I really see quite often in those smaller companies is they're not following up with the leads that they're generating. So there's a leak in your funnel because yes, you have people that are attracted. Yes, you have people that are interested, but when it's time to convert them, your sales team is either sitting on their hands or they don't even know where to look or who to call, what to say, or what to do because you're not feeding them leads directly. So they're generating their own leads, you're generating leads, and there's no cohesiveness in the middle. And by the way, marketing directors, CEOs, I know how difficult this is. I do it all day, every day. But that's why I created a checklist to help you to make sure that your marketing is in harmony and that all the pieces are working together in sync. It's down below in the description. Just click the link, download it for free. Here's an example of how I've helped companies figure out whether or not they're overspending in technology. The first step is we lay all the cards on the table. We figure out what subscriptions we have, what software we have, and what are their capabilities. What are they doing? And we assess where they may be overlapping. So for instance, if you are subscribing to a tool, let's say like Sprout Social, and you know that that is where you are pushing all your social media content out, but it also has a tool in it to measure your social media campaigns, you don't then need to also purchase a software that only measures your social media campaigns. Look at those integrations, because a lot of times you're integrating things to kind of build what looks like a monster, if you will, or it looks like a Frankenstein of a tech stack. But you want to go into those tools, pull them apart, see what the capabilities are, and then scale back for what you really need and what you're really using. Because many times you're underutilizing the technology that you already have anyway, and that's a clear-cut sign that you probably don't even need it. That's the first place that I would start, laying all the cards on the table, figuring out what you have in your tech stack, and seeing what capabilities might overlap. Another place that you can easily find money leaks in your marketing campaigns is, quite honestly, from the onset. If you look at the way that you are strategizing and creating the campaigns and you have your KPIs and your goals set out from the onset, you want to create a full circle and make sure that you're actually reaching the goals with those KPIs and the spend that you have. So for instance, say that you have money that you want to spend on a specific tactic and you're tracking a specific outcome from that tactic. If that tactic is not working, there may be a leak somewhere in there, and you may need to look through your funnel or look through your journey to see, are leads actually falling through? Are they flowing through to the end of the journey? Or are there some constriction points in there where people are getting lost and things are simply not working? That's where you need to pivot. That's where you need to lean in. One of the tools that I love to use for this is Google Analytics, because I can track when people come on the site. I can track the flow of the traffic. I can see where they fall off. Even things like heat maps can help you to tell where people are just not following through on your marketing campaigns. And it can show you where you might be wasting money, either trying to generate leads or trying to push them through a funnel that they're just not going to move through anyway. Listen, CEOs, founders, I know how difficult this is, and that's why I'm here to help. I'm a fractional CMO. I can come in and help you audit those tools and make sure that your marketing spend is getting you the return on investment that you're expecting. There's a link in the description below. Go ahead and click it, schedule a consultation, and I'll be there to help you. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. If you like this video, I have another one right here.